Welcome to GOA365 English News Bulletin. I am Brian Sequeira and these are the headlines. BJP welcomes dismissal of disqualification petition of 12 MLAs by courts. Congress says will approach Apex Court. Pramod Sawant says democracy constitutional mandate has prevailed. Former COP alleges Panji Beti Ferry Ramp being privatized, points to superstructure being built. And now for the news in detail. Democracy and constitutional mandate has prevailed over the smear campaign, outgoing Chief Minister Dr. Pramod Sawant said while reacting to the dismissal of the appeal filed by Congress and MGP against 12 MLAs who had defected to BJP in 2019.
Goa bench of Bombay High Court today dismissed petitions filed by Congress and MGP seeking the disqualification of 12 MLAs who had defected, 10 from Congress and 2 from MGP. The division bench of the High Court of Bombay at Goa, comprising Justice Manish Pitle and Justice R.N. Ladha, today pronounced judgment in the petitions against the 10 Congress MLAs and 2 MGP MLAs who crossed over to the BJP in 2019. Reacting to the verdict, Girish said that the order will set a bad precedent not only in Goa but across the country and give encouragement to elected representatives to go against public mandate by taking money.
ह्या ऑर्डरीन जे कितें देशांत चल्लां ताका एनकरेजमेंट दिवपा सारको एक परिस्थिती जाल्ली आसा. आतां ती एक्झॅक्टली ऑर्डर कशी आसा कितें आसा तें आमकां वाचले बगर कळचें ना. पूण जे लोकांचो पब्लीक मॅन्डेट जो आसता तो मॅन्डेट चेंज करपाक सो पावर आयज ह्या ऑर्डरीन आमदारांक दिल्लो आसा. सो जो एक ज्या स्पिरिटान टेंथ शेड्यूल हाडले कित्याक ह्या देशान की कोण तरी उठ्ठाले आनी वचून दुसरे पार्टीक जॉयन जाताले आनी लोकांचो जो मॅन्डेट आशिल्लो तो चेंज करताले. ज्या खातीर वोटींग केल्या लोकांनी ते चेंज जाताले. आनीक आयज देशभरान आमी पळयल्लें आसा की कशें करून लोक वोटिंगाक एक पार्टीक दितात आनी तेजे नंतर दुसरोच सरकार त्या आमदारांक फोडटा आनी आपलो सरकार सत्तेर दवरता. सो हें सगळें जर क्लियर जातलें जाल्यार ही ऑर्डर आमकां चॅलेंज करपाक पडटली. आनीक एक क्लियर मॅन्डेट म्हाका दिसता सुप्रीम कोर्टा कडल्यान घेवचो पडटलो की एक्झॅक्टली 10th शेड्यूल is to encourage the defection, is to encourage the merger, or it is to prevent that the Honorable Supreme Court will have to make it clear the very intent of this 10th schedule, the spirit of the 10th schedule, the purpose of the 10th schedule, whether it is to encourage such type of mergers and the defections and to overturn the mandate of the people, or it is to set it right.
William Rodrigues for GOA365 from Panaji.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The ferry ramp at Panaji connecting Panaji and Beti had been under renovation for quite a while. However, now a superstructure is being constructed at one of the two ramps at Panaji jetty. Here's more on this.
While many people depend on the ferry service from Beti to Panjim, the ferry ramp at the Panjim end had been revamped recently. However, part of the jetty is now being privatized according to Congress candidate Elvis Gomes. Elvis is the former captain of ports where he used to oversee minor ports. He has since resigned and joined politics. Here's what he had to say.
Surprisingly, एक structure आयला खंय येला बेती फेरी पळय आहा पणजे सायडीन थिंगा एक सारको व्हडलो सुपर स्ट्रक्चर येयला. वो स्ट्रक्चर खंय येयला सारको फेरी रॅम्प आसा तेका तेंकोन एक्चुअली 2 फेरी रॅम्पां ती आनी ओपन स्पेस आसली तेजेर आतां एक स्ट्रक्चर येयला आनी थिंगा आयकोंक येता ते भाशेन वो खंयच्या तरी काजिनोक ताणें तो जागो दिल्लो आहा. नंबर 1, बाय वॉट रायट हे अशे जागे सरकाराचे दिवंक शकता गव्हर्मेंट बेश्टेच म्हणजे तेका टेंडर प्रोसेस ना काय ना फॉर्मेलिटी दिवपाक जाय जाल्यार सुद्दां पब्लीक नोटीस येवपाक जाय आसली. नंबर 2 म्हणल्यार जेन्ना ह्यो फेरी पळय मनशांक व्हरता तेन्ना फाल्यां एक कितें इमर्जन्सी जाली फेरी ड्रिफ्ट जाली समजा एक करंट लागलो एंकर तुटलो कितें जालें हांव कित्याक चड करून उलयतां आय हॅव बीन फॉर्मर कॅप्टन ऑफ पोर्ट्स इनचार्ज ऑफ ऑल दीस जेटीज आनी ह्यो फेरी रॅम्प्स ड्रिफ्ट जाली जाल्यार ताजो रेस्क्यू कसो जातलो. ही आतां अर्दी फेरीज हें आसा रॅम्प आसा तो अर्द्याहून चड प्रायवेटायज केल्ल्या भशेन दिसता आनी थिंगा स्ट्रक्चर आयला. फाल्यां फायर ब्रिगेड जर येवपाची जाली ताका जागो आसचो ना. पुलीस यंत्रणा कशी खंयच्यान रेस्क्यू मिशन लॉन्च करतली कोणाक खबर ना कित्याक मरीन पुलीस आहा आमचे कडेन. फाल्यां एक कसलो जर इन्सिडंट जालो एक कितें सिक्युरिटी इश्यू जालो भायर जाल्यार एकूय जेटी ना आज आमचे कडेन कितें रेस्क्यू ऑपरेशन लॉन्च करपाक.
While nearly all the ports along the Panjim stretch from Hotel Mandovi till the Divya Circle are already being used mainly for casinos and river cruises, questions arise as to what the motive of the construction is and what permissions were given for the construction. Elvis also highlighted the risk to commuters using the ferry caused due to the encroachment on the jetty.
तुम्ही विचारपाक जाय कॅप्टन ऑफ पोर्ट्साक आनी गव्हर्मेंटान सदां जर ताणें म्हणीत की आपणें दिल्लें आसा म्हणून गव्हर्मेंटाक खंयच्या कायद्यान तो हो रायट प्रायवेटायज करपाचो कोणें दिल्लो आसा हो हेजेरूय चवकशी जावपाक जाय. आतां आमकां सद्याक तरी टायम मेळोंक ना. कॅप्टन ऑफ पोर्ट्साक हांवूय चवकशी करून विचारतलो हो स्ट्रक्चर हांगा कसो येता तो एंड हाव आय वील शो हिम हाव पब्लीक इंट्रस्ट इज कॉम्प्रोमायज. सी दीस इज अ ग्रेव रिस्क हांवें परत परत सांगता टू द लायफ्स ऑफ द पीपल कित्याक हांगा लोक वयता हांगा लोक क्रॉसींग करता आनी ह्या लोकांक फाल्यां उपयोग जालो जाल्यार एक कितें तरी एक बोलार्ड असो आसपाक जाय ती ओडपाक ती रस्सी बांदपाक राजू बांदपाक हे सगळे यंत्रणा ती आसपाक जाय. हे दोनी काय बऱ्यो फेरी रॅम्प्स ऑल्टरनेटीव त्यो हांगा जर ना जाल्यार फाल्यां दुसरे सायडीन लावपाक सुद्दां एक सुवात आसली ही सगळी हाडप करून उडयल्या.
Elvis has also called for the scrapping of the special security certification given to the minor port.
Minor port is certified as ISPS code port. म्हणल्यार हे पळय पोर्ट फॅसिलिटी आसा It has got a certification of a security agency. This is a US recognized security standards. ह्या स्टँडर्ड आमी आसतना हे रेकग्निशन मान्यताय घेतलेली, कित्याक वो पोर्ट फंक्शन जातलो जाल्यार हे सिक्युरिटी तुका शार्प आसपाकूच जाय. आतां चलता ते भाशेन हांगा ही सिक्युरिटी कांय उरोंक ना. ISPS कोडाचें सगळें वायलेशन जाल्लें दिसता. आनी होय एक इम्पॉर्टंट मुद्दो आमी आतां रेज करचो पडटलो की ISPS कोड सर्टिफायड पोर्ट आता ताका डिसर्टिफाय कर म्हणून, म्हणजे ते सर्टिफिकेशन काढून उडय म्हणून इतली ही परिस्थिती करून दवरल्या ह्या सरकारान.
William Rodrigues for GOA365 from Panjim.
The Panchayat election process will have to be completed by June 19 as the term of the present Panchayat bodies is getting over by that date, the State Election Commission said on Thursday. Delimitation of wards to be finalized by March 8, followed by the reservation and then election schedule announcements.
The SEC has been assigned the task of finalizing on the delimitation of wards for the Panchayat election for the first time as per the recent amendment to Section 7 of the Goa Panchayat Raj Act 1994. SEC will also decide on the reservation of seats in consultation with the government.
Panchayat Raj Act Section 7 an amendment झाले आणि त्याप्रमाणे ते रुलाचे डिलिमिटेशन रिजर्वेशन स्टेट इलेक्शन कमिशनान करचे अशें म्हणून गव्हर्मेंटान डिसायड केले. ते स्टेट इलेक्शन कमिशन इन कन्सल्टेशन विथ गव्हर्मेंट आमी कितें करता पळय ते प्रपोजल गव्हर्मेंटान वचून गव्हर्मेंटान एक्सेप्ट केल्या उपरांत ते एडमीट जातले. आनी हे डिलिमिटेशन करपाक लागून प्रत्येक मामलेदार आनी जॉयंट मामलेदार हांकां ERO म्हणून अपॉयंट केले. तशेंच त्यांच्या ऑफिसान जे अव्वल कारकून आसा जांकां हेड क्लार्क आसा तांकां एसिस्टंट इलेक्टरल रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर्स म्हणून अपॉयंट केले आनी तेंच्यांनी हे डिलिमिटेशन प्रोसेस केला. हो डिलिमिटेशन प्रोसेस तेंच्यांनी काल कंप्लीट केला आनी आयच्यान तो पब्लिकांक ओपन आसा. आमी हे ERO 12 तालुक्यांनी 21 EROs अपॉयंट केला, इलेक्टरल रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर्स. ते जावन आसा मामलेदार जॉयंट मामलेदार आनी 21 एसिस्टंट रिटर्निंग ऑफिसर एसिस्टंट इलेक्टरल रजिस्ट्रेशन ऑफिसर्स. ते जावन आसा हेड क्लार्क आनी अव्वल कारकुन्स. पंचायत वॉर्ड्स त्या प्रमाणे कॉन्स्टिट्यूट केल्लेले आसा एज पर द क्रायटेरिया मेन्शन. आतां फुडें तांकां क्रायटेरिया आमी दिल्लो आसा कितें वॉर्ड करपाक कितें कन्सिडर करपाक जाय पळय ते. आमी इलेक्शन कमिशनान जो रोल तयार केल्लो आसा फॉर असेंब्ली इलेक्शन्स तोच रोल घेवन हे वॉर्ड डिझायन केल्ले आसा. जो रोल 1 जानेवारी 2022 पब्लीश जालो आनी जो सप्लिमेंट 28 जानेवारी 2022 पब्लीश जालो. हे दोनी कंबायन करून वॉर्ड डिझायन केल्ले आसा सो दॅट दोज वोटर्स जे वोटर 28 जानेवारीक पासून एनरोल जाल्या तांकां पासून वोटींग रायट मेळटलो. आनी तितून आमी सगळीं सेक्शनां सगळे पार्ट्स इन्क्लूड केल्या इन कन्सिडरींग देर वॉर्ड्स. आनी हे वॉर्ड करच्या टायमार तांकां सांगलां आमी जॉग्राफिकल कंटिन्युटी मागीर नॅचरल बाउंड्री वॉर्डाची बाउंड्री आसा ते मॅप करून जॉग्राफिकल कंटिन्युटी करपाची, तशेंच नॅचरल बाउंड्री कन्सिडर करपाची आनी टोटल वोटर्स. जर त्या 5000 वोटर्स आसा आनी थंय जर आमकां 9 वॉर्ड करपाक जाय जाल्यार इट शूड बी इक्वली डिवायडेड. इक्विटेबल डिस्ट्रिब्युशन शूड बी देर. इफ इट इज नॉट पॉसिबल म्हणजे इक्विटेबल डिस्ट्रिब्युशन जायना, इक्वल वोट्स जायना, जर दॅर इज जॉग्राफिकल बाउंड्री कंटिन्युटी मेळना जाल्यार मायज कमी जावं शकता वोटर्स. देर आर सर्टन एरियाज म्हणजे एक आमचे तशें तिला हांगासर नेतुर्ली हिली एरिया आसा थंय हार्डली 112 कितें वोटर्स आसात. थंय आनी आमकां कोणाक एटॅच करपाक मेळना बिकॉज इट गोज बियॉन्ड 2 किलोमिटर्स. वोटर्स शूड नॉट बी मेड टू ट्रॅवल बियॉन्ड 2 किलोमिटर्स. त्या खातीर 2 किलोमिटरच्या वयर तें वचपाक जायना म्हणून तांकां थोडे कडेन एक वोटर्स कमी आसूं शकता. ना जाल्यार वी हॅव ट्रायड टू इक्वल सगळ्याक डिस्ट्रिब्यूट करपाक सांगलेलें तांकां आनी त्या प्रमाणे तांच्यांनी डिझायन केल्लें आसा.
The draft delimitation of wards for the 186 panchayats which will go for elections by June 2022 has been prepared by the SEC on the basis of parameters such as natural boundary, geographical continuity and number of voters, State Election Commissioner W.V. Ramanmurthy said.
The first action we did was to appoint Mamlatdars, joint Mamlatdars as EROs and Awal Karkuns and head clerks as assistant EROs to start this process. These people, they were appointed on 17/11/21. Total 21 EROs and 21 AEROs were appointed to complete the delimitation task of 186 village panchayat across 12 talukas. While we gave them the criteria or terms of references for constituting or reconstituting these wards. To do this, the electoral roll of Goa Legislative Assembly prepared under the provisions of Representatives People's Act for the time being in force as on 1st January 2022, published on 5/1/22, along with supplement published in 28th January 2022, is utilized to form the village panchayat wards considering the part and sections of the said electoral rules. That means we adopted the electoral rules, prepared the summary revision they carried for assembly elections. The same were adopted to us, and the wards of village panchayat was carved out in consonance with the electoral rules, assembly rules, parts and sections. This is the first time we have also brought in the part and sections as a criteria to constitute the wards.
Irshad Sheikh for GOA365 from Panjim.
We will take a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. India today reported 14,148 fresh COVID cases in the last 24 hours, 6% lower than yesterday, while 302 deaths were reported in a span of 24 hours. Goa meanwhile reported 45 fresh cases and 1 death in the last 24 hours, as positivity rate now stands at 2.8%.
India has been reporting below 1 lakh cases daily for 18 consecutive days, as cases in the country are on a declining trend. With vaccinations crossing the 176 crore mark, India is now on its way to open its economy, with many states and union territories scrapping curbs and regulations. The daily national positivity rate now stands at 1.28%. 14,148 fresh cases reported in the last 24 hours. 302 deaths reported in a span of 24 hours. Daily national positivity rate at 1.28%. Over 176 crore vaccine doses administered so far. Less than 1 lakh cases reported daily for 18 consecutive days. Goa meanwhile has seen cases dip to below the 50 case mark as the state is awaiting the results of the 2022 state assembly elections. However, the state is still reporting 1 to 2 deaths daily, which the ministry claims is mainly due to the fact that patients either have comorbidities or haven't been vaccinated. Bureau Report, GOA365.
Now for the weather. Minimum temperature has risen over the state, with yesterday's minimum temperature hovering 2 degrees Celsius above normal at 22.4 degrees Celsius. Minimum temperature will remain stable for another 4 days. Today's maximum and minimum temperatures are expected to hover around 32 degrees Celsius and 21 degrees Celsius respectively.
The weather is expected to continue to remain dry over the state for the next 5 days, with haze and light fog over isolated areas during the early morning hours. Skies are expected to remain mainly clear over the day. No weather or fishermen warnings have been issued so far. Minimum temperature to remain stable for the next 4 days. Maximum and minimum temperatures today 32 degrees Celsius and 21 degrees Celsius. Weather to remain dry for the next 5 days. Skies will remain clear today. Haze and light fog expected early tomorrow morning. No weather or fishermen warnings issued so far. Bureau Report, GOA365 with inputs from IMD.
With that, we have come to the end of this news bulletin. For more news and updates, log into our website www.goa365.tv. Follow us on Facebook, GOA365 TV, and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, GOA365 TV, or download our app, which is available on both Android and iOS, to watch all the latest news and updates on your mobile. Take care, stay safe, and keep watching GOA365.